It's just that when people then rip off what you're doing, then people think you're ripping them off. So you got to say, no, I've been saying Infowars.com is powered by truth since 1996. Powered by truth. Infowars.com. All right. If I went on air and I said shoot up police vehicles and shoot up fire department vehicles and try to kill people and shoot 2 cops, if I said go out and do that, I would be inciting a riot. I would be trying to organize criminal activity on a mass scale. It'd be called racketeering, and I should be arrested. But I'm not calling for that. That's why MSNBC constantly, along with CNN, every time a cop gets killed, tries to blame it on me with no evidence. I mean, we have 18 million listeners a week one way or another, a lot of them on the internet. They'll go search their computer. If they've ever visited my website, along with Fox News and ESPN, because I saw the subpoenas and all the sites that were listed, they don't blame ESPN or Fox News. They blame me. In fact, MSNBC blamed me for cops that got killed when they had been visited more than I had. And the guy was a white supremacist calling for my death on his website. I still got the blame when he shot 3 cops. What was his name? Richard Poplawski in Pittsburgh 5 years ago or 4 years ago. So this is what I deal with, ladies and gentlemen, constantly. Because they want to say my speech that's unifying and promoting Americana is inciting violence, while people actually calling for it are A-OK. Here is Time Magazine on Friday. I just ripped off Rush Limbaugh right there. Ferguson in I always love that. You know, that's got the article right here. Ferguson in defense of rioting, by Darlena Cunha. And she goes on to just say it's wonderful, basically. Okay. Here's another one. Time Magazine columnist, violent riots necessary, close quote. Bunch of other garbage. I'm not going to. Here's one out of CNN. CNN is lying when they say Ferguson protests were, quote, peaceful. We have the video clip. I mean, I'm just going to vomit. And then when I covered this last week and said, I think shooting up, we had reporters there, Jakari Jackson, Joe Biggs, getting threatened and yelled at by the, quote, demonstrators that were saying, burn this baby down and stuff. When the stepdad of Brown came out and said, burn it all down, it's like, well, he just upset, you know. The point is that burning down your own neighborhood, that's an analogy of just a violent revolution. It's like burning down your own neighborhood. What do you stand for? What are you going to replace it for? What are you going to do? I'm sure the Ferguson police have done something wrong. I'm sure you feel oppressed. But Brown isn't the poster child here. The witnesses all say that basically he charged and attacked the cop. We're sad he's dead. Believe me, the police don't want all this trouble. The feds want to come in and stir up trouble to further federalize and then use the crises they help stir up to further militarize police. That's the big picture. But the larger question, I'm going to open the phones up in the next segment, is when is it legitimate to get violent? Well, I'll tell you when it is. When you're under attack, and let's say you're a Ukrainian in 1935, and the Leninists are raping your wives, taking you to slave labor camps, disappearing people. They're invaded your country. They're dragging you away. It's clearly tyranny. You've got a right to do to defend yourself. Nazi Germany, 1943. Somebody's coming down to the basement where you're hiding to take you to a concentration camp. You have a right to do to defend yourself. Cop pulls out a gun who's crazy and says, I'm going to kill you or I'm going to rape you. You have a right to defend yourself. The courts have ruled that. The cop lobbies are so out of control, they're fighting state laws like Indiana says, saying, no, a cop's order is always lawful. No, it's not. Not when you're outside the Constitution Bill of Rights. No, it's not. Not when you have gotten out of the jurisdiction that is a protected office. Now you're just like a common street criminal. So there is a time to get violent. But you notice everything the system's doing and the Democratic Party's doing is trying to get a revolution, a uprising going now because their own constituents are waking up to them that socialism didn't deliver. And they didn't get free health care. And they got their minimum wages taxed or they got their hours cut back under Obamacare. They're upset And so the race baiting didn't work for Obama and Al Sharpton and the rest of these kleptocrats from the Ford Foundation. So and the Carnegie Endowment and the Rockefeller Brothers Foundation, that's who funds them. So they're tripling and quadrupling down now in trying to get racial division going and also trying to scapegoat the police, county, city, state, federal, as some nebulous, they did it. They're the ones that, no, they're the minions following unconstitutional orders. They certainly have some blame when they're doing the wrong thing, but to just blame them is exactly what the globalists want. So we all fight with each other. It makes the cops get in their own little cult, makes the people get in their own little cult, and the social engineers sit back and laugh at us. Now, I said that it was terrorism under the classic definition. That doesn't mean charge them with terrorism. We already have statutes when somebody shoots police or shoots firefighters or shoots anybody else in cold blood, and it's premeditated. It's attempted murder, attempted capital murder, or it's capital murder, death penalty. Whether you agree with that or not, that's the law. So we don't need to use terrorism statutes. I know they're using them against drug offenses and stuff that's wrong. I trailblazed exposing that back when they passed the Patriot Act. Trailblazed trying to have it repealed across the nation. Had some success. I get that. But when I said shooting at firefighters, risking their lives to put out fires, and cops that are there trying to cover them, that's an act of terrorism. Just the name terrorism means using or threatening violence for a political aim. That's what that is. And for Time Magazine to call it legitimate or CNN to call it peaceful is a lie. And I had a lot of folks say, oh, my gosh, you think black people are terrorists. No, I didn't say people protesting were terrorists. That's their right, and I defend it to the death. Most of them are a bunch of white hippies trying to stir things up. What I said is it wasn't smart to burn down your own neighborhood, and it's stupid, and it's violent, and it's dangerous, and it's looting and rioting. But I went on to say, if you're shooting at firefighters, if I see you shooting at firefighters, I'm going to pull my gun out and shoot you. I mean, just going to happen. So I did say shoot people shooting at firefighters. Oh, my God, he wants the government to shoot black people. No, I don't. The Austin Police Department, Friday morning, right down there by the stables across the police department. I've seen the cops putting their horses up 1,000,000 times. Let's not exaggerate, 100 times. Guys putting horses up, the cop sees this guy shooting at the police station. A couple shots, takes him out. The guy is shooting the police department, shooting the Mexican consulate, shooting a federal building, and the video and photos I saw, shooting a bank. Could have killed an innocent person. He's waving a gun around. You're waving a gun around, shooting in my direction. I'm going to shoot you. That's not siding with the police. It's not siding with, it's siding with common sense. Now, this guy was white. What's his name? 49-year-old Larry Stephen McWilliams. Now, am I going to get accused of being anti-white because I support the police killing him when he's trying to kill people? It's pointless protest. It's mindless to just go out and start shooting things up. That's going to get us into a civil war, not fix things. Whether it's Ferguson or Austin, black or white, it's bad. On the eve of Thanksgiving this year, I was thinking, what am I really thankful for? And I got to tell you, it's my family. It's all the blessings of liberty that our forebears secured. And it's you, the listeners of the broadcast, who've made everything we do possible. This Black Friday, I decided to bring you the biggest special we've ever offered on any of the nutraceuticals at InfoWarsLife.com. I'm talking about Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver that we've been sold out of for months. This time I doubled down and got even more. As of me taping this on the eve of Thanksgiving, we have already sold half of it. So instead of keeping the price at its regular discounted price, we are going to give you 20% off and free shipping on single bottles. But if you get 4 bottles, we're going to give you the 5th one free and the free shipping. I don't know how long this special will run, but if supplies last, we will extend it out until Cyber Monday. You'll find powerful nutraceuticals like Silver Bullet and others at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Again, this is Alex Jones wishing you all a blessed and happy Thanksgiving and thanking you all for your support of freedom.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0